Thad, is this keeping up with the Joneses? I mean, when this facility was first built, it was good, but now it has to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I think that what we have here is obviously top of the line, but it's something that has been needed in terms, and I go back to 07 when Ohio State announced that we're going to go to the semester system, and David Eggeloff said, hey, we've got to get another gym or we're going to have problems, and just from the standpoint of gym availability, that sort of thing. I mean, this just gives us a lot more. I mean, it allows Kevin to not be as concerned with his class schedules. As last year, the women's team had, I think, 3 girls that needed classes to graduate. So we were practicing the first semester at like from 5 to 8, which means our guys weren't getting out of here until 9:30 at night. Second semester, we were in the mornings, and this just gives us more of the ability to do what we need to do for our players.
And the recruiting aspect too is obviously huge, isn't it?
It is. I think that, and I've always said this, I don't want a young man to come here because we have a nice practice facility. I want him to come for the university. I want him to come for, hopefully who we are as people. But I think that these things do impact, from the perspective of what a place is all about. But I think that's the beauty. If you look at any building on campus at Ohio State, and I've always said this, if they find out somebody has something better, that seems like they just tear ours down and build another one, and that's kind of the power of Ohio State.
What's been the reaction from the recruits so far?
I think it's been very positive. I think, and obviously we've still got some work to do in terms of graphics and finishing the hallway, finishing the things up here. But I think kids see a great commitment, and not only to the program but to our players. I mean, this is something that is for our guys 24/7. The access 365 days a year, and just with the music in there, and the guys can come in here and get better, and I think that's something that you hope kids see when they look at it.
To be at a place where they have that kind of commitment, hey, we need to do this, and then you see this, just what is it like? I mean, it's...
Well, I've always said this, I consider myself the luckiest person in the world to be here, and I'm 10th year now, and I'm still blown away at times by what this place stands for, and the commitment that they've made to us in terms of following through with what they said is something that is very important to me, is very important to our players, and like I said, I don't know if anybody has this type of setup, and for me it's more about the guys we're coaching and what it allows them to do.
You have former players involved. I noticed on the locker room, Michael Redd's name on there, who obviously was a big part of this. What does that mean for the program to have past players that stay involved with their hours and things like that?
I think that is something that from the outset that we wanted to try to build here and bring back our former players and getting them involved, and for those guys monetarily to contribute. Michael right now has the largest gift ever given by an Ohio State athlete to the university at $500,000. But you got Michael Conley over in the other gym right now working out, and those are the things you want for your former players to come back in here and have access, because all the guys that have been back this summer are all mad at us because we didn't have this when they were here, and I simply just say thank you, you helped build it.
And Thad, do you think that does that LeBron guy have a chance to contribute for you guys this year?
I think that he's going to have to earn his stripes. I know that he's done a lot of things in his time, but no, I think from a standpoint, we always want to pay our respect to him for what he did for us in 07 in terms of we were the first LeBron school, and obviously we get tremendous product from him, and I know he's very proud of what he does for us.
Not a bad name to have hanging up there when prospective Buckeyes are coming through?
No, there's no question about that, and I've always said that if I could have coached him, I probably would have been a lot better coach early on. But no, I think that's something, like I said, he's very proud of what we've done, and just in terms of his name and being from Ohio, and the fact that we wear his gear, that's important for us.
Coach, I'm sorry to ask you this in light of what we're here for. Do you have any comments on the Jared Sullinger situation?
I'm aware of it, but I don't know, and obviously, his people had said, I can't comment on it right now. I don't know exactly what it is, but I am aware of the situation.
Can you at least tell us what type of person he is from your standpoint?
Well, I think, from my standpoint, Jared is the best. I mean, I just, who he is as a person and what he was able to accomplish here. I wish he was coming back for a senior year, to be honest with you. But, I think those things will have, in time, get worked out.
You going to reach out to him?
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to people in his camp and just trying to figure out what's going on.
Sorry if I missed this earlier, how many schools out there have better stuff than this right now for a facility for basketball?
Doug, I don't know the answer to that. When we started this project, I think it was the summer of '07, we went to Georgia, Kentucky, and Michigan State. I was on that trip, but then, from our administration to David Eichelhoff, wherever we went, they would take a look at different places while we were practicing or whatever. So I don't know if I know, not that many. I know our guys have said there's, the guys that are in the NBA, like, we don't have anything like this. So it's a good thing.
Did you get to use your design skills a little bit at all? Suggest, hey, let's have this here? Or?
No, the only thing that I was adamant about was I did want the main court in here, which is on this. That's the design of the main court in the shot. We have the luxury, because it's offset, which is huge. We can send to this bucket and use those buckets. Everybody can shoot threes, and we never interact. So it's a heck of an advantage, and I love having the main court down in here because it just carries over when we go play.